Hi, I'm Nate, the potentially returning bias user, and today I'm going to be reviewing this new Travis Scott album, Utopia. Travis Scott has returned. He finally followed through with releasing Utopia, which makes me happy that even when an artist doesn't drop an album the year they say they are, at least it'll come eventually. That's what I convinced myself to believe anyway. And when entering Utopia with the track Hyena, we get a display of very unique instrumentation in the trap field that combines physical and digital instrumentation. There's breezy strings throughout with a very catchy riff, and a crash of heavy forms of digital bass. That still feels comfy to the ears, which is a dub. It's engaging but not too much, and with Travis's rapping, he's fast, on point, his flow's good. The follow-up, Thank God, plays it a little more safe, but don't let that make you think the track unbangered itself. It is a deep, catchy reawakening of what Travis does best. It has this low-key feel that kind of reminds me of the collaborative opener to the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse soundtrack, Annihilate, but with far better production. The record gets very experimental with modern jam in its static drum palette. We get a bigger bass band that's heavy, but the snare fucking smacks, and along with that, we get a very wacky and bright performance from TELEKINESIS Touchdown. My god, his voice is so strong. My Eyes is a slow burn with Travis Scott, giving out a playful but still soothing vocal performance, where because of his tone and auto-tune shifts, gives me a good feel of Frank Ocean, which I do end up mistaking him for. But I did end up finding out one of the producers credited here, Buddy Ross, did also end up working on Blonde. But to the other features, we get Bon Iver, which shouldn't be a surprise at this point. They've collaborated with rappers before, and they did not harm this one. I'll also make it clear this isn't only a slow burn. It gets beat changes where it goes trap again. It plays it safe, but I like it. Travis had good flow. They play it safe with God's Country as well, but I still don't think the beat should have been as dry as it is. And there are the la-la sounds that are catchy, but geez, they are annoying. Sirens was a little unique for the way the drums were stacked on top of each other, but still not as flavorful as I would want. We get Drake returning on MELTDOWN, where he plays his part well. I like how mean he was coming off while whispering, but the beat he was rapping off was very same old to any other Drake banger. And even when we get a beat change, it's still generic. And because of the beat change and the Drake feature, I can't help but find this thing to be a failed attempt at recapturing the magic that was Sicko Mode. While I did like hearing Playboi Carti repeatedly saying "Fiend" on the track Fiend, the spacey production wasn't the best. It was just spacey. But I guess I was engaged with Sheck West's touchable voice. So yeah, there are things about these tracks I like, but this was still a run of cuts I was on the fence with. That thankfully does end. Resto featuring Beyonce still has her playing around in the house territory of her last record, and with her beautiful voice repeating the word echo over the house beat, I can't discourage her continuance on this sound. Not that this is the only time, but we get The Weeknd instigating an intense spacey electronic feel on CIRCUS Maximus. It's very psychedelic with the group of foreign drums surrounding all the synths. PARASAIL is a slow burn I'm not all that crazy about. The low in tone acoustic along with the fog was very forgettable. And what the fuck is this voice cracked auto-tune Travis brings out? Another weak moment, but things seem to pick back up on SKITZO. Pretty long rap cut, but there's a lot of beat changes on this one. They were all good, and it's not even all trap. There's one beat that goes rough, abstract jazz rap. And we get an artist that fits in well with that beat, but he's only on the next one, Lost Forever. This artist is Westside Gunn, where not only do we get the rapping and mouth noises he brings that I love, but the spacey wooden knocking on the beat. That creates a good level of hostility. It's engaging. I could say the same for the industrial noises on Love, which may be a little too much for the average casual listener, but I like it. But what is casual friendly is K-pop. And as much as I haven't heard the most positive reception about this track, I actually like this song. Now, I can take or leave Bad Bunny, but I love hearing the humming synth passage going through the reggae beat, and I love it even more when The Weeknd gets added on top towards the end. It feels so deep, and Abel's voice is beautiful. So yeah, I liked it a lot, and I'm not even that big of a dance reggae person. I would definitely consider this to be the better of that field. Telekinesis is a long slow burner that worked. The beat was smooth, don't have any problems with the features. Future was fine, and I can't say no to the passion from SZA's performance. Then there's Till Further Notice with the presence of James Blake and 21 Savage. Savage is mean and on point as usual, I love it, and James is also flexing what he does best. Very soothing and touchable voice. And the beat's good as well. I love the bass direction and hearing Travis and 21 rap over it. And it was made by James Blake and Metro Boomin. What can possibly go wrong? They made a very satisfying closer. Utopia by Travis Scott. Is it the best hip-hop album of the year? Absolutely not. Is it the best Travis Scott album? No, but comparing it to Astroworld, I do find this record to have better lows and to be more consistently enjoyable. Like, yeah, there were some tracks early on I was underwhelmed by, but Travis seemed to take the large amount of time he had left making up for those early shortcomings. So definitely better than Astroworld, even if I can easily say it's not as colorful. The beats were unique, great features. This thing can easily stand on its own feet. I'm going to give this album a 7.6. Like, subscribe, comment how you feel, give a suggestion. Check out my other social medias, ring that bell, and I'll see you next time.